Welcome back everyone. Today I'm gonna teach you about the hash table class in the collections framework. The hash table class implements a hash table which maps keys to values. It inherits dictionary class and implements the map interface. A hash table is an array of a list. Each list is known as a bucket. The position of the bucket is identified by calling the hashcode method. A hash table contains values based on the key. Java hash table class contains unique elements. Java hash table class doesn't allow null key or null values, and it is synchronized just like the vector class. The initial default capacity of hash table is 11, whereas load factor is 0.71. So what is said here is that the hash table class implements hash table, maps keys to values, and inherits dictionary class and implements the map interface. And the hash table is an array of a list. Each list is known as a bucket. The position of the bucket is identified by calling the hashcode method. And the hash table class contains unique elements and doesn't allow null keys or values, and it is synchronized like the vector. The initial default capacity of hash table is 11, whereas load factor is 0.75. Alrighty, now let's implement a hash table inside a class. We'll call this class main, and inside it we'll give the main method psvm tab, and we'll give the main method. Now we say hash table and implement the jar.util.hashtable import, and we'll give this integer key and string as values and call this ham and make it equals new hash table. And now let's add some values to our ham dot put, we'll give a key as first, and we'll call this 12 Kulesh, and next we'll have another key value pair. We say ham dot put 23 Alex, and then we'll have ham dot put 45 Jack, and finally we'll have ham dot put 11 Carl. And now we'll have a for loop. We say for, and here we say map dot entry, and after that we'll give the name m, and we say ham dot entry set, and after that we'll have an s out to print ham dot get ham dot get value, and after that we'll print our m dot get key plus space, and we'll have m dot get value. Now let's run this and check the output. Oopsie, I got debug. Now let's check the value. We printed 45 Jack, 23 Alex, 12 Kulesh, and 11 Carl. So as you can see, this is in the order, descending order of values. First comes 45, then 23, then 12, then 11. So it has been printed in the descending order of keys. First has become 45 Jack, second 23 Alex, then 12 Kulesh, and finally 11 car. Now we'll see the remove method implemented on the hash map. We'll have ham dot remove and we'll pass the value 21 jack, and after that let's print s out and we say after removing, and after that we'll have our map printed. We'll say s out and call ham. Now let's run this and check the output. We got 21 jack, 81 Loki, 34 Carl and 12 Lal printed, and after removing we removed 21 jack. So jack isn't there inside the array when we run the map when we call our ham hash table. 81 Loki, 12, 34 Carl is there and 12 Lal is also there, but there isn't any 21 jack printed after removing it. Now let's see another method in action. Let's remove this from here and we say ham dot get or default, and we'll give an ID here. We say 101, and for the value to be default value to be displayed will be not found, and we'll have another one of these. We say ham dot get or default and have 12 here as the key, and the default value will be not found. Let's run this and check the output. Well, we forgot to put this in the S out, so let's S out this. We'll cut this from here and paste it here, and we'll do the same for the next other one also. We'll cut this and paste this here and remove this from here. Now let's run this and check the output. We got not found and lal. Not found was given because the default value came not found when there wasn't any 101 key with a value and with any value. That's why we got not found first. Then we got 12 jack. Because 12 jack was there, we got this output as 12 lal. Because there was 12 lal, we got 12 lal as the output for our method. Now we'll see another method. We'll remove this and say s out ham dot put if absent, and we'll say 11 Alex. And before this s out, we'll have an s out that prints our map hash table, and after this we'll have an s out that says after put if absent, and after that we'll s out our hash table, and we'll do this another time. We'll s out ham dot put if absent and give the key 111, and the value will be Leslie, and finally we will s out our hash table again. Let's check the output. Now first of all, we got after put if absent 21 jack, 81 Loki, 34 Carl, 12 lal and a new value Alex printed. This happened because the key value pair 11Alex didn't exist. So the put if absent method initialized our 11Alex inside our hash table. That's what happened here. And after that it printed null, and after that another put if absent, we gave Leslie from the key 111 and printed Leslie. That's how we use the put if absent method to initialize values if they are absent. Now we'll learn 3 other methods. We remove this and we'll say if ham dot is empty, we'll call ham, we'll have an s out that prints ham dot size, and we'll have an else here that prints s out ham dot get, and we'll provide a key here. We'll provide the key 81. Now let's check the output to see what happens. We got lucky. This happened because the hash table is not empty, and it's not empty, and we got our else clause and printed ham dot get 81 means that the 81st key value lucky got printed when we ran this code. That's what happened here. What if we made this not ham dot is empty? Let's check it out. We got 4 now. This happened because now we are checking if the ham is not empty and not instance of the ham dot is empty. So because it is true, we got our hash table size printed when we ran this code. So here, because the hash table is not empty and is not, we got our size. In the previous instance, because it is not empty, we got our key value pair for the 81st key. That's what we did here inside our hash table. Now let's see another method. We'll remove this and we'll have another hash table made. Hash table integer key string value, and we'll call this ham2, and we'll make it equals to new hash table, and here we'll add some values ham2 dot put, and we'll give an id 16, and we'll have a value called Sam here, and another value ham2 dot put 43 Leslie. Okay, now we'll use ham to put all our another method put all to add the second hash table to the first hash table. We'll pass ham2 here, and finally let's test out our ham hash table. We'll do this with the for loop. We'll say for map dot entry m equals to ham dot entry set, and we'll have our key value pairs printed as s out m dot get key plus and space m dot get value. Let's print this and check the output. Okay, we got our output 43 Leslie, 21 Jack, 16 Sam, and this time 16 Sam came because we added it to our hash table, and 81 Rocky, then 34 Cal, and finally 12 Lal was printed. So 16 Sam and 43 Leslie were the newest values from the second hash table where we put it all to our first hash table. That's why we got all this output for all this. Now let's implement two more methods. We remove the second hash table and we'll have m dot replace, and we'll give this id as 12, and we'll replace the 12th key with the value lal with 12 key value mal. And after that, let's run this and check the output. We got 12 mal this time instead of lal. That's why we replaced 12th key with the value mal and replace the lal value. That's how to do that. Now we'll have ham dot clear, and we'll have an S out here that says after clear, and we'll cut this from here and paste it here, and after that we list out our hash table. Now let's check the output. We got after clear, and there weren't any values to print after clearing our hash table by the clear method. So what the clear method does is it removes all the values from our hash table. So that's why we got empty values for our hash table when we ran this code. So those are the methods, replace and clear methods, that I have now taught you. Now we'll learn three more methods. We'll remove this and we'll have an S out that says m dot contains, and we'll pass a key for the contains value. We'll say 71. No, we'll say 81. And we'll have another S out that checks ham dot contains key this time, and we'll give the key 21. And another S out, we'll give another S out that has ham dot contains value, and we'll provide a value like cal. Let's check the output for this example. We got false, true and true because ham doesn't contain any 81 value. We got false because the contains key has 21 as a key. We got true for the next one, and for the contains value cal, because cal was there, we got the output true. So here let's change ham dot contains to cal and run and see the output. Now we got true for all the ham.contain methods, contains key, contains and contains value. So that's how the contains methods can be used inside our hash table, and to implement it we must call them like this. Now let's see two more methods in action. We'll have if here, and we'll have ham dot get, and 12, we pass 12 to this, and we say ham dot get dot equals, and pass 12, and we list out, if this happen, we list out hem dot hash code. Now let's run this and check the output. This did not come because we haven't given a value for the equals value. We must give hem.getTrail dot equals lol. Now let's see the output. Now we got our hash code. The hash code for the hash table for integer key string value hash table hem. This happened because here the ham.get value is equals to lol. That's why we got the hash code when we ran this code. We have learned about the hash table till now. We have implemented some methods related to the hash table, and we got to know about the hash table with a clear mind. I hope you learned something well from this lesson, and today's lesson is over, so it's time for me to go. So I'll see you in another lesson another time in another video. Till then, goodbye guys, and please take care.